gonna give just a minute for the room to fill up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Hello, hello. Where is everyone from? What grade level do you teach? And if this is your first scope with me, let me know by saying firsty, so that way I know it's your first scope that you've been on with me. So I'm gonna give you just a minute. Hi from Minnesota. Hello. Oh my goodness, they're going so fast I can't keep up. Shut Up and Dance With Me. It's one of my favorite songs right now. I love it. Makes me excited, even though I cannot dance at all. Hello. Hey everyone, I'm trying to look. Oh good, I have some people that it's your first scope with me. Oh, awesome. This is an exciting one because it's my classroom, so you don't have to look at me the entire time. That's perfect. Hi from England, Seattle. Oh, I have a lot of people. It's your first time with me. Perfect. All right, I like to go ahead and dive right in. So I'm gonna mute this for just a second. I'm gonna flip this camera around. Oh, this is different for me. Usually I have my camera all set up, but since I'm gonna be taking you around my classroom in just a second, it's hard for me to hold it and do it at the same time. So for those of you just tuning in, sorry, I'm trying to get in selfie mode right here. My name is Hope King, and I am a teacher blogger at Elementary Shenanigans, but I am also a teacher at the Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you haven't heard of our school, I would love for you to go check it out because we're a really unique school. We're middle school grades 5 through 8, sorry, I almost forgot what grades we taught there for a second. I've taught so many. We're grades 5 through 8, but we're a really unique model because we're actually a teacher training facility as well. So every Friday we bring in educators from all over the world. They come, they experience a day here at RCA, they get to eat lunch with our students, they get to be in classroom observations and in workshops. It's really a lot of fun. It's a great professional development. So I'm gonna show you my classroom here at the Academy and maybe a few other sneak peeks, but I'm not gonna show you too much because I want for you to come visit me here. So if you're interested in visiting RCA, the lighting in this room is not so great, sorry y'all. If you're interested in visiting RCA, you can go to ronclarkacademy.com and check that out. Kim Bearden, she just wrote a book called Crash Course, The Life Lessons My Students Taught Me. She's our co-founder, she's amazing. She was just here. I was trying to talk her into doing a scope with me, but she said that she would 100% do a scope, so you all will get to hear from her shortly. I'll try to get her on here in the next few days. But we would love for you to check us out and come visit us here in Atlanta. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this classroom tour started. I'm gonna try not to be so long. Y'all, yesterday my scope was 27 minutes. I freaked out. I'm so sorry. I like to talk. If you can't tell and you don't know that about me by now, I really, really like to talk. So I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet and make it move really fast. But I hope that you enjoy my tour. One thing I do wanna say, because I know a lot of people are gonna ask this, so let me say this first. Here at RCA, our classrooms look a little bit different than your typical classrooms. So I know what people are gonna ask. You're gonna ask if I have an unlimited budget, and the answer to that is absolutely not. No, I would love if I had an unlimited budget. Oh my gosh, I'd probably have like the craziest things going on up in my classroom. I don't even know, we would probably turn into different things. Who knows what would happen? But no, we do not have an unlimited budget. However, we are firm believers in making it happen. So if we really feel like it's gonna be something that's gonna change our space or create an environment where students are excited to learn and excited to be in the classroom, then we're all about making it happen. So we are really good about asking people, finding donations, finding people that are great with construction and building. So we find ways. If there is an idea that we have, Ron Clark is one of the best. I've learned from one of the best. We find ways to make it happen. So if you see something in my classroom that you like, you know, a lot of people say, well, I can't have that and I can't do that. And I get it because I was in a public school setting as well, where I wasn't able to do certain things. But I'm gonna do a scope about my classroom back in South Carolina because you know what? My kids were just as excited to come to that classroom as they are to come to this one at RCA. It really has nothing to do with the amount of money or the type of decorations. It has to do with creating an environment where your kids just can't wait to be every day. So make sure it's a place that A, you enjoy, and B, that your kids will love and they can't wait to come every single day. So I am gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna go back outside. I would love to hear your comments and what you think. Also, sorry, I'm gonna try not to make you motion sick with this. You can go to the Perry Buddy or swipe right, I believe it is, and you can share this with people. So I would love for you to share this scope. Sorry y'all, the lighting's not the best, but I'm gonna go ahead out here to the front of my classroom and I'm gonna begin the tour. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip you back around because you don't wanna look at me, you wanna look at my classroom. All right, so here we go. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can back up a little bit. It's kind of hard to get everything in, but this is the entrance. So if you don't know, I teach 5th and 6th grade. This past year I taught reading, and I just found out that I'm going to be teaching 6th grade science, so I'm really excited about that. But I have these giant books as an entryway. When Ron and I were talking about what I wanted to do in my classroom, I had this idea for these giant books. And so I originally wanted them in the corner of my classroom, but we couldn't really make it work. So then Ron had this idea about, what if they walk through a giant book to get into your classroom? And I said, I love the idea. So it's kind of just grown, and this is what it turned out to be. And then he found a company that actually designed these Hobbit doors, and I have told him these doors are everything to me. I love them. It's my favorite color, and that should, and if I ever leave Ron Clark Academy, these doors are coming with me. They're going to be on the front of my house because I love them so much. And so it's pretty cool that I get to walk through this, and you know, who wouldn't be motivated to come to school every single day? I'm so blessed and so fortunate, and really, really excited to show you the rest of my classroom. So I'm going to open these doors up and go ahead and head on in. I hope nobody gets motion sickness. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to keep it as still as possible. So I'll open both of them up so you can see. And we are actually a private school, but I do want you to look us up, because a lot of people think, oh, private school, you have all the money that you need. So not the case with us. We're a very different model. So please look us up and look find more information about us online. But I'm gonna back up just a little bit so you can see it's kind of like they've ripped the center of the books out. And so it's actually like you're walking through the pages of the book. And then what's really cool is these are just some classics that our kids read or will read before they actually leave the Ron Clark Academy. So those are some books that the kids are familiar with. So I'm gonna go ahead and head right in, and I'm gonna give you all some secrets. So my classroom is not completely done yet, but we have a lot of updates that we wanna do because this facility actually just opened in January, which is kind of amazing. So I have this little black hallway right here. So it's kind of a secret, nobody knows this yet, but there's gonna be a really cool light that we're gonna put up at the top of the ceiling where the light fixture is right now, and it's gonna do something really amazing on these walls. So once that happens, I'll make sure that I do an after and show you what that's all about. So that's kind of a little secret, and I'm sorry y'all, I can't control the lighting. It's gonna kind of take some time to adjust. So yes, so you said you feel like you're walking through Disney. So I love Disney, and I love Disney World, so I wanted to find a way to incorporate that into my classroom. So I'll give you a little hint and see if you can figure out what my theme is. So I'm just gonna kind of scroll across my bookcase like this. So I wanna see in the comments, what do you think? What is my room theme? Wonderland, yes. I see him coming in, yes. Alice in Wonderland, exactly, Alice in Wonderland. It is one of my favorite stories, one of my favorite childhood stories, but teaching in a middle school, I knew I would have to put a big spin on this. So it's not like Disneyland or Disney World, Alice in Wonderland. It's like Johnny Depp, like the dark version. I kind of want it to be creepy and scary and kind of a little bit darker because we teach 5 through 8. So I wanted it to be, since I teach reading, I wanted it to be like they're walking into a book, like they're walking into the pages of the book, or going down the rabbit hole or something like that. So I'm gonna kind of start in this corner, and I'm just gonna walk you around the room, and I'm gonna try to make it really fast. I hope this isn't boring for any of you. I'm gonna try to keep my talking to a minimum because I love to talk. So I'm gonna try to make it happen really fast. All right, so one idea that I had for my classroom, and a lot of people wanna know here at RCA if we get to design our own rooms. Yes, we do. We do get to design our own rooms. So this was kind of my idea, and along with the help of some people, I was able to make it happen, as I said earlier. So I wanted this giant bookcase, kind of like you see in older homes or things like that. So we actually got the bookcases at IKEA. I know they kind of look really expensive because of the way that they're attached to the wall, but they're actually really cheap. They're actually from IKEA. And then we have some wonderful parents and helpers and things like that that came and installed these and put them together. Our RCA dads are phenomenal. We appreciate them so much. So I'm just gonna kind of give you a quick view at what's in these. So I'm actually gonna do another post about this guy right here. It's my lock board, and it's also my classroom management system. It's a very different way of how I manage my classroom and how I reward my students. So I'm not gonna talk about that right now because I'm actually gonna do another post on that later. So I'm gonna back away, and what I did, I wanted this to look like it was, you know, back a long time ago, like during the time of Alice in Wonderland. So I asked people if they would donate books. So I got a ton of donations of encyclopedias and books that kind of look like they're really rustic and rugged, and they've been used and they're kind of tattered around the edges. So I really wanted this to really give off Alice in Wonderland, like they were walking into an old house type of thing. So then I found the Wonderland letters, of course, at Hobby Lobby, my favorite place to go. I went to thrift stores and found books for like 50 cents. So if you wanted to do a theme like this or something similar, y'all, I'm telling you, you can make it happen in your own classroom super cheap. I mean, like, look at these books. Look how colorful and amazing they are. Like 25 cents, 50 cents a piece. They're my absolute favorite. It's the perfect way to add color to your classroom. And all of my books for my students are actually down here in these shelves. So for time's sake, I'm not gonna open those up today. They're kind of a work in progress, but I will show you my classroom library. I'll save that for another post as well. So super inexpensive books. I went to like Marshall's and found these like crowns and different looking things for like $2, $5. So you can find it super cheap. And then I have to go in on this. I'm going to show you. So I wanted a cake, like a mini cake, like an Alice in Wonderland. And my mom actually made this for me. How cool is that? She made this for me out of styrofoam and shaving cream, I believe. So I like to be crafty, and I get it from my mama for sure because she likes to craft too. So how cute is that little cake? And it just sits up here on the platter. So I love that little cake, and it reminds me of my mom every time I see it because she doesn't live close to me anymore. So it's like I have a piece of my mom in my classroom. She used to volunteer an entire day, a week in my classroom back in South Carolina, and I miss her. Then I just found sales at Hobby Lobby when they would have things 40% off. I would make little tags that, you know, say drink me or different things from the story. I found this Mad Hatter's hat, which is like so cool, at Target. Like I ordered it online at Target, and I think it was only like $20. So you can find things that are super inexpensive. I found these white roses and just painted them red. So I know a lot of people said that they had Alice in Wonderland theme too, so I'm trying to give some tips and things in case you want to have this theme, or in case you have a theme similar to this. And then I just found some really cool old books that I actually use with the kids. They have an older look that I got from Barnes & Noble, old clocks, the actual story, sorry, I'm trying to keep it as still as possible, the actual story of Alice in Wonderland. So I have the book out here kind of as my inspiration. And then now I'm going to move over to my little reading corner. So this was actually a bench that I had in my house that I had reupholstered and brought it to my classroom because I spend more time here than I do my own house. So I was like, it's not doing me any good at my house. I might as well put it in my classroom. So I had this reupholstered, and then how amazing are these lamps, y'all? Like, I had an RCA dad that found these lamps for me at a thrift store for so cheap, and how amazing. They're like perfect. I've got to turn one off so you can see what it looks like. Oh goodness, I don't know if I can do two things at once. I mean, are those not perfect for an Alice in Wonderland classroom? Seriously? And at a thrift store. I love this vintage theme because you can find things super, super, super cheap. All right, so my classroom, remember, it's not quite done. I still have like clocks on the floor that I need to hang, and I'm going to talk about the artwork here in a second. So I'll kind of just give you a little picture of some of the artwork on the wall. I'm going to talk about our art and who does it and how it happens and how it comes alive. It's pretty amazing. All right, so now I'm gonna back up. I'm so sorry. I hope I don't make anybody sick. I also found this chair for like $15 on the online Facebook site. Like, have you seen those online Facebook garage sales or yard sales or things of that nature? You need to go there because I found this chair for $20 and it couldn't be more perfect for my classroom. I'm telling y'all, if you want a really cool theme in your class, you can make it happen, make it come to life, and it doesn't have to be super expensive. All right, so I'm gonna back away. I feel like I've already gone over my 5 to 7 minutes. I'm sorry if I'm talking too long. I'm trying to make it quick. I'll make it as fast as possible from here on out. All right, so framing my door right here, those are actually going to be giant books. So like I said, we haven't quite finished this classroom. We're working on it piece by piece, but those are actually gonna be giant books to kind of match what's outside. Then as you scroll or as you come around, I mentioned that we have visiting educators, right? So every Friday I have people that come into my classroom and watch me teach. it's kind of scary, and I just pray to God that they learn something, because I'm definitely not the best teacher by any stretch of the imagination, but they do come in to watch the techniques and the strategies that we use with our kids and see if they can take them back to their school. So this sofa area has multiple purposes. It actually is for visiting educators to sit as they watch my classroom, and then we also use it for the kids will sit on it during independent reading time. When we're working on group projects, they can use this area. So before I move on though, I have to show y'all this wall. So we have an amazing graffiti artist named Mr. Totem. He is phenomenal. He actually won some contest in a foreign country, and Kim Bearden, the co-founder here, contacted him, and she thought he lived in another country, but he actually lived a block from the school, and said that he would love to come and paint the school. And so one man does all of our painting here. He's ambidextrous, so he uses both hands as he paints. And y'all, he does it from memory. He doesn't look at anything. He does it strictly from memory. It is incredible. Like watching him paint, he's like a fairy. He comes in at night and does it at night, and then you'll come back the next day and you're like blown away. He did this entire room in one night. Is that not incredible? Like, talk about a gift. Like, he is a absolute genius. I'm completely jealous of his talent. How phenomenal is this? This Mad Hatter right here, I'm obsessed with him. He is everything. He is exactly what I envisioned for this classroom. And so, like I said, you've got to find people. If you want to have amazing things and do things that are different and outside of the box, you've got to find people that have talents and that love kids. And I'm telling you, more times than not, if you ask, they will come and they will help you out. So, another little spoiler alert, I think this room is actually going to be in color. I'm not 100% certain. Totem says he is not done with it, so he will be back. I never tell him what to do. I just let the artist do the trick. So I've got to show you another cool thing though. Jay Ameswa, who is our photographer here at the Academy and our graphic artist, he said, oh my gosh, Hope, you've got to have tables coming out of your wall. So this actually is not my idea, but I found this table for $15 from a thrift store. Oh no, look how dusty that is. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, y'all don't judge me. I'm gonna dust it right after this video. But he said you've got to have tables coming out of your wall. So I found this table for $20 from a thrift store, and I found this chair. And look, even the seat is like ripped. I got it for like $5. But it was perfect because I'm like, nobody's going to be sitting in it. So like $25, and then the dads of RCA figured out how to make this happen. $25, and look, you have a table coming out of your wall. It's pretty incredible, right? And then I have like a little tea set and a tea party thing going on up top that we just glued and used, like I think liquid nail or something like that. I'm not 100% certain. I do not build. So I leave all of that completely up to the pros. So that's probably one of my favorite parts in my classroom. And then I'm gonna keep going this way, down along the tea party, and I have a Mad Hatter's chair. So I know the lighting isn't the best right here, but this is actually my chair where I get to sit and teach, and I do read alouds and different things. The kids love this chair as well. It's not just for me, I let them sit in it too, but it is just pieces of plywood that they cut and they put at a crazy angle, and then we just covered it, we upholstered it. So we literally tried to figure out, I love that I know brilliant people that can make this come to life, because I was searching the world. I was like looking in Europe and all these places for the coolest Mad Hatter chair, and they were like thousands of dollars. And I was like, okay, I don't have thousands of dollars. I can't afford thousands of dollars. So we took plywood and we made our own chair. So I love smart people. Find people that do construction that can build you amazing things, because it's like they don't even think about it. They just do it. It's pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try to make it fast and wrap it up. Here is the Cheshire Cat. He's kind of like coming in on the back of the wall, looking through. He's a little scary, a little eerie. And then I have really great windows. I feel like I'm right in a tree. I kind of actually am right in a tree. So the shades come all the way up, but for lighting, I went ahead and closed those a little bit so that way y'all could see. And then here's the kids' favorite part, and I'm really embarrassed right now because look at those pillows. Oh my word. All right, I apologize, but I do need to straighten up the pillows, but it is actually a rock climbing wall, and so this was Ron's idea. This was not my idea. I kind of freak out about it a little bit, but it's where the kids read when they have independent reading, so it's kind of like bunk beds. It's like 1, 2, 3, and they use these little rock climbing, see these little guys right here? I'll show you. We actually had someone that was a professional rock climber, and she came and installed those for us. Again, she just came because she loves kids and wanted to help out. So you can make it happen, people. Really, you can make it happen. I've still got to get lights. They're kind of dark in there, but I've still got to get lights that will illuminate those a little bit better so when the kids read, they can see. And then I think that Mr. Totem has some work to do painting this. And then, you know, this is just my mindset, but see those like pipes and things? I've got to figure out a way to make like leaves come out of that so it's more like three-dimensional. I don't know. If you have any ideas, put it in the comments below. I'm trying to figure out a way to make that look like the top of a tree. So I'm going to get to work on that. All right, so now we're coming to the front of my classroom. And you can see some more artwork behind the walls. My stage still has to be painted, but we'll talk about that in a second. Found these bookcases or cabinets or whatever you want to call it, I guess cabinets, at IKEA. Again, most things in here were purchased from IKEA because it's super inexpensive. And so I didn't like the handles. I was like, let me find some really cool handles. So I went to Hobby Lobby when they had 40% off, and look, I found these clocks. How perfect is that for an Alice in Wonderland? And then this one's crooked. Sorry, y'all, real life, it happens. I have little locks, little keyholes, and different clocks. So if you have an old bookcase or a shelf or something that you don't like, seriously, look, you can get some handles or some doorknobs or something that matches your classroom theme, and it totally changes the look of that. So then up top, I just have some old books, again, super old, but they totally have the vintage look. And then I have some things that we use for games. I found these really cool bookends, and they're just really old and vintage. One is a king, and one is, I'm trying to make y'all sick, and one is a queen, so like the Queen of Hearts. So I found those on Amazon. So again, super inexpensive. Then I found this table 40 or 50% off at Hobby Lobby, and so I just like the vintage look around the sides. And then the same dad that found the lamps over in the corner actually found this lamp right here. How amazing is this? He found it at a thrift store. I think it was like $25 or $30. How perfect is it for a storybook or a Alice in Wonderland theme, because the base is actually made up of books. So again, you can find the most amazing treasures at thrift stores, Goodwills. I can't even tell you that probably 75% of the stuff that's in my class was found at places like that. So again, no, I do not have an unlimited budget. I just have this vision, and I have to figure out a way to make it happen. So that's what we do as educators all the time, right? We're always thinking of ways that we can make things happen. So you just thrift stores, Goodwill, whatever, you know, you can find. And this is kind of works in progress. I found these at Hobby Lobby, and I really want for them to go on my bookshelves over there, so I brought them in just to see what they would look like. So that's kind of up toward the front, and then we have Promethean boards. Promethean is one of our biggest donors and sponsors. So I have this really cool, like it's almost like a TV screen. So that actually was just recently installed. And then I have, this is where I hook everything up, but it's really big and bulky, so I'm gonna figure out a way to get rid of it, and I'm gonna put something else here. And then another little spoiler, my stage is not done yet, but I am going to make it a giant chessboard. So, and then I have some giant chess pieces that I found really cheap on Amazon, and I'm gonna put those on the side. So you can't have Alice in Wonderland theme without having a giant chessboard. So hopefully Mr. Totem will paint that. Maybe if I really butter him up and ask him nicely, he will paint my chessboard on my stage. And then on the other side, I just have the same exact shelves that I have, or the bookcases on the other side with the same exact handles, and then I have some books that I use to teach my kids. So again, we're really about, and then some flying cards on my wall. The door still has to be done. Sorry, I'm having ADD at the moment. Every time I see something as I'm videoing this, I'm like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta figure this out. So we're really big about creating a space where kids are gonna be excited to learn. So we don't really have a lot of stuff, a lot of clutter, because that stuff doesn't mean anything to kids. Our teacher clutter and our desk and our stuff really doesn't mean anything to them. And so even I find, you know, that this classroom inspires me because I poured my time and energy into it, and it's something that I enjoy. So we are really big on getting rid of the clutter. And then I have all of my teaching materials in my cabinets and my shelves. And then I have this really great closet right here. We're not gonna enter the closet right now because I can't promise. I cleaned it out before I left school, but that could be a disaster. Things might be falling out of it. So we're just gonna leave that alone for a little while. But we're really big on creating spaces that is gonna motivate our kids and get them excited. And then I'll kind of give you, sorry, my computer back there, I was working. I'll kind of give you a little overall look. It's really hard to do on the camera, but I have these wooden tables that somebody built, and they've been at the school since the school began like 7 or 8 years ago. And so they're really sturdy, because if you come in my classroom and watch me teach, I actually stand on these tables right here and get down with my kids. They stand on them, we sing, we dance, they stand in the chairs. It is a crazy environment up in here, but our kids learn so much because they're constantly engaged, and that's the things that we show you when you come and visit RCA. So I would love for you to come and visit. And then, oh, I forgot about this. One final thing. I see you asking, legs from the ceiling. Yes, I actually do have legs coming down from my ceiling, so let me get over here for a second. All right, it's the last thing I'm going to show you. All right, so we had this idea that we have to have Alice falling from the rabbit hole, right? I mean, you can't have a classroom without Alice falling from the rabbit hole. So this is not done either. We've still got to paint the frame gold and things like that. For the longest time, before Totem painted, it was really crazy because I had this wooden box without any painting and then just legs. So you can imagine what people thought when they walked in my classroom and just saw legs. I always had to address that because they were like, why do you have legs falling from your ceiling? But it was this vision that we had. So we actually have Alice coming from the ceiling, and those are just mannequin legs that we found super cheap on Amazon, and we just put some stockings on her and glued those right to a wooden box, and then Totem completely made it come to life with Alice falling straight through the rabbit hole. He is phenomenal. Oh my goodness, if I could just have like 1% of his talent, I don't even know what I would do with my life. It's pretty amazing, to say the least. So there is Alice coming from the ceiling, and that is pretty much it. So I'm just gonna kind of stand here and go around. There's my rock climbing wall for my reading corner. I have my couches, my purple couches. I had to pick all this fabric, and Ron's like, no, Hope, don't pick anything that, you know, this fabric is here to stay. So you've got to pick really good colors. I mean, not to put pressure on me or anything. And so I think that I picked really good colors. I like them anyways. And then here is the artwork from Mr. Totem. He is incredible, has such amazing talent. And then it goes back to my doorway where those are going to be giant books. And then you see that you have my little reading corner right over there with my really cool lamps. And then through the bookshelves right here with the different decorations for Alice in Wonderland, and then right back through the front. So that is my teaching space. I've had a lot of requests, so I wanted to show you all, and honestly, I have not even had time to take pictures or put them on here since January. It has been crazy. So I'm gonna flip this back around so that I can tell you all goodbye, and I'm sure you're done hearing me talk. I'm so sorry. I don't even wanna look at how long this video is. I'm embarrassed to even know. So I hope you all enjoyed my classroom tour. I would love to see your tours. I've been looking at Periscopes just to find classroom tours because I love seeing what ideas you have and what you're coming up with. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I'm sorry that I didn't get to respond to a lot of the comments. Sorry, I'm trying to get this set back up so I can talk to you all for a second. I'm sorry that I didn't get to talk to or respond to a lot of the comments. Any questions that you have, I'll try to take a couple right now, just quickly before I end this and wrap it up. I would love for y'all to visit. Please come visit. Please, please, please. It's so much fun. It's a great professional development. It's super inspiring. Any questions before I log off? Share it on your blog. So I just told my husband, I'm like, this one's probably terrible. I'm sure y'all are like bored to tears right now. But I'm gonna try to do a better video that I can put on my blog because I don't want to bore people to tears, and I feel like this is really long. Do I have a desk or a workspace? I do not. I do not keep a desk because I honestly just find that my desk just keeps my clutter. It's just stuff that I don't feel like putting away or putting back in its place. And so honestly, I never sit during a teaching day. I never sit down ever. And so I just find that if I had a desk, it just collected materials. But some teachers, Dr. Jones has a desk down in her room that she works from. So it's kind of up to the teacher's, discretion and what works best for you. For me, it just collected junk. And so I'm trying to keep myself away from collecting junk. Any other questions before we go? All right, it looks like that's it. Thank you. Oh, where do kids keep their things? Okay, last question, and then I'm gonna, what about during small group time? Okay, I'll answer these two, and then I'm gonna go because I know y'all are sick of hearing my voice. All right, so where do kids keep their things? First of all, this is a middle school 5 through 8, so they change classes throughout the day, so they obviously have book bags and lockers and things of that nature that they keep their stuff in. And then, oh goodness, what was the other one? Oh, sorry, it was, where do we have small group? Well, if we have small group, let me flip this back. If we have small group, I'll turn these tables around. Sometimes we'll have small group over in my Mad Hatter's chair, but more times than not, if I'm doing a reading group, I will have the kids put two of these tables together, because I forgot to mention that I have 39 fifth graders that I teach at one time. 39. Let me show you my face. I'm not kidding. I have 39 fifth graders that I teach at one time, so I have to really be creative with my small groups. It takes, yeah, wow. Wow is right. So I have to have a lot of seating, and so that's why I just use these two tables and turn them around when I'm doing small groups with my kids. Yes, 39. All right, so since y'all hung on for so long, I'm going to show you one more secret, okay? One more secret. All right, we're gonna run out here. It's probably my favorite part of the entire school, so I'm just gonna show you really, really quick so those people that left, you get something cool that they didn't get to see. All right, so this is my absolute favorite part of the school, but it also kind of freaks me out a little bit, especially, no, not the slide. Imagine that, the slide is cool. This is even better. All right, so let me get to where you can see it. All right, so you quit guessing. Y'all are giving it away. All right, so, we're the RCA Dragons, so look how cool. Let me back up because I want you to get the full effect. All right, hold on. Sorry, y'all get to see my ugly face. All right, here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Wait, y'all don't look ready. Hold on, I gotta see if anybody's ready. No, not the basketball. Oh my word, I could give y'all a whole school tour. All right, here we go. How cool is this guy right here? He is a 2-story dragon that sits, this is actually down here, is our cafeteria. And so this is a 2-story dragon. He is the oldest dragon in history. And when they were doing construction on the school here, they actually found his bones. And so after running some testing, they found out that he is actually the oldest dragon in history. How cool is that? And so now he sits in our cafeteria space, and he has blue lights that shine on him. And so every morning when I'm walking to my classroom, I kind of freak out. And then when I walk past him or walk down these stairs that you can go to our cafeteria, oh, there's my husband.
Hello.
Here's his classroom.
There's mine.
He teaches right next door to me. I'm not going to do a tour of his classroom right now. He says he's working. He acts like I'm not working. But this is his classroom, and he teaches right next door, so I'm glad we really like one another. But let me get, they said, hi, Wade. He says hello. He's already gone to work. Oh, there he goes. Hello. All right, so let me get back to this dragon, though, because when I walk past him, can you see his room? Oh my God, this is going to be the longest periscope in the history of periscopes. So let me save his room for another day. Is he okay? Yes, he's feeling so much better. I think that was Natalie that asked. Thank you for asking. Yes, a lot better. Today's a much better day. So when I walk past this dragon on these stairs, I feel like, have y'all ever seen the Full House episode where they touch the T-Rex and it comes tumbling down? Yeah, I kind of am like freaked out to even touch this guy right here because I envision that happening when I walk by him, so I do not touch him at all. But how cool is he? Imagine walking into this space every single morning. Dun, 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 with blue lights. Imagine the blue lights. All right, so I'm just gonna do this, okay? I'm not gonna give you all, oh, there I am. Hello, everybody. All right, so I'm not gonna give y'all the full tour. This is a teaser because I want y'all to come visit me at the Academy and see all of this for yourself. You can come visit me and see all of the amazing artwork, and hoping to visit in October. Yay, please come visit. There's a crest with all of our houses. And then last thing, and I swear I'm gonna go, I'm just gonna let y'all peek inside Wade's room really fast. Y'all are probably so over this, so let me go. And then I'm gonna head off and actually work so my husband doesn't make fun of me. All right, here we go. So Wade is all about some rock and roll, but he also teaches history. So he actually plays his guitar while he teaches. He's crazy, y'all. He's just really crazy. And so he plays the guitar and has kids playing drums and instruments because he does a lot of songs like I do. And he's a phenomenal instrumentalist. He can play just about anything. So he plays, see, he has guitars on his walls hanging everywhere. So his room isn't done quite yet either, but School of Rock, it does kind of remind me of that. So I'm not gonna do a full tour. I'm just gonna say, here's his room. Again, Totem painted everything from memory. How incredible. There are animals over here, and I'm not going over there because there's snakes, and I hate snakes. And I have to walk by this every single day too, and it just freaks me out. It makes me have cold chills going up and down my arms and my body. Don't like it at all. So this is his space, And like I said, he's right next door to me. And he is actually teaching 5th grade as well this year, so we're gonna have to figure out something creative to fit all those students. Terrified of snakes, me too. Can't stand them, they freak me out. Yeah, his desks are pretty awesome because they are, I'm trying to move slow, they're actually like triangular shapes. So talking about small groups, you can make circles out of these, you can make squares, you can make all, it is perfect for small groups. So, who is saying Amistad? Who is that? Oh my goodness, so if y'all don't know, I'm gonna flip it back around. I don't know, our school is divided into houses, and so it's kind of like Harry Potter, and the kids earn points, and so we have 4 different houses. We have Revere, Amistad, Isabendi, and Altruismo, and so whoever is saying Amistad, I'm pointing my finger at you right now because I am in the house of Revere. We're really competitive here with our houses, and so Revere is actually the house champion. So that's all I'm saying to whoever put Amistad down there in the comments. But seriously, if you want to find out more about the houses or find out more about RCA, go to ronclarkacademy.com. It has lots of information. Thank you, Revere. Is that a or a? Okay, I'm going for Revere. I can't figure it out, but I hope that you're going for Revere because we're the champions. Need I say it again? So, I hope that you all enjoyed the tour. I'm sorry it was so long. I talk forever. I'm going to work on getting these scopes to 5 to 7 minutes. I'm gonna try really hard, but y'all kept asking questions, so it's all your fault. Sorry. But I hope you enjoyed this. Look us up online, ronclarkacademy.com. I will try to break down some of the things in my classroom and give you more in detailed tours of my classroom library, and I told you the lock board with the classroom management stuff. So I will do some more scopes on my classroom, but for now I'm going to sign off and say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining me. Y'all are so sweet. I hope y'all enjoyed this scope. I hope it didn't bore you to death. I'm looking at some of your comments. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna go get to work because I do have some work to do. And even though school has not started, I just counted the days down like yesterday and I started freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got a lot of work to do. So I'm gonna go get in my classroom and get to work. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow with another scope. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna keep it a secret. So you'll have to tune in tomorrow and see what that's all about. And really, I'll give you one little hint. It's all about you. For once, it's all about you, the teacher. So I hope you'll join me tomorrow. Have a great night. Go watch a movie, do something with your family. Have fun. Enjoy the rest of your summer. And I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.